Hey everyone, welcome back, and in this video, let's discuss some benefits of using object-oriented programming design. So I was going through some articles and some blogs, and I thought like this is the most simplest and most beautiful way to understand the benefits of the object-oriented programming. So there are some benefits like we already talked about, like what is the benefit of OOPS. So let's discuss them once again, okay? So as you can see on my screen, that first benefit is modularity. Now what is modularity? Basically what you do is when you work on a large code base, right? So you have a very large and too much lines of code. So it's a best practice to actually modularize your code, basically converting your code or breaking down your code into little modules, workable modules, is known as modularity. Now what is the benefit of modularity? Basically it increases the maintainability of the code. So with OOPS you get modularity out of the box. In functional programming or in procedural programming, it is really difficult to maintain modularity. But in OOPS, it is really easy to have modules in your software, basically. For example, like we made a class dog, right? So can I say that all the properties of a dog is modularized in a dog class? Similarly, for a person, I can say that every method or every property or every feature regarding to person or related to person, I can modularize in the person class, correct? So that is the first benefit of our OOPS, that is modularity. So second, which is on the list, is the reuse of code through inheritance. Okay, now what is inheritance? We'll be seeing that in detail. But what is reusability of the code? Now this is the most important thing in programming. Like, do not repeat yourself. Basically there's a principle, DRY, do not repeat yourself. If you're writing a logic for some particular task, you should not rewrite that particular logic again and again in your code, correct? So using the OOPS, you can basically reuse your code again and again, and that's the best practice that you should follow. Then we have flexibility through polymorphism. Okay, now what is polymorphism? In basic terms, polymorphism means having many forms. Okay, now we'll be even talking about the polymorphism in detail, but yes, polymorphism basically means that you can use one thing like for many things. Okay, let's say I have a function, okay, in the object oriented programming, let's say I have a function walk. Okay, now this walk can be used for a dog class as well, and this walk function can be used for a person class as well. And depending upon the class, it can decide like how to walk, because human walks on 2 legs and like dogs walk on 4 legs. So that's basically polymorphism. So OOPS even gives you polymorphism, and I know if it finds a little bit confusing right now, just stay tuned. When we'll be studying the polymorphism, we'll see some code examples there as well. And then there's effective problem solving. To be honest, this is my favorite. Okay, you know, whenever you try to solve a big problem, the best way is to break down that problems into a smaller pieces, right? Because if you just think about a large problem, then you will find it really difficult to solve that particular problem. So the best way to solve a problem is break down into smaller problems, and OOPS provide a very great way to break down your problem into small problems, which makes problem solving skills really great. So these were some features that are provided to you by the OOPS and why you should study OOPS. So OOPS is really important, both from the code perspective, basically code quality perspective, and your interview purpose for jobs. So these were some benefits of OOPS, and from the next video onwards, let's do more things in OOPS and let's try to understand OOPS more clearly. So that's it for this video. Until then, bye bye, take care.